Where did I put that thing again? That's not that's not how I'm supposed to start stream. Dang it, dang it. Sorry, I forgot where I put that thing. You know, the thing. That reminds me of that One Direction song. Oh god, it's gonna be in my head now. That one thing. I'm not gonna sing, but anyway. At moments of life, I wish I had a better brain. And holders. Man, I'm trying to think back to what a previous moon has done, and I'm drawing a blank. What have I done? Probably in this folder called. I'm not gonna tell you what the folder's. Found it. I found it. Easy. This? Meow, 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 meow. I was already late and gay. I didn't want to be any later or any gayer because I'm already at maximum capacity. Believe it or not. So I had to start the stream, but the stream isn't really started. Just pretend I'm not here. I don't exist. I'm a figment of your imagination. Or worse. Or worse, I'm a paranoid delusion. I'm your schizophrenic break. You thought you were holding it all together, but you're falling apart at the seams. You're unraveling. You're unwinding and unraveling. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can't tell you why. Okay, I skipped that. That. What was the last? There was one more I had to do. Gone. Brain too small. Brain way too small. Oh, I found it. I found the last piece of the puzzle. You would never believe. Found it, I found it, I found it. Alright. Okay, alright. I took show notes today, but I can't seem to locate them. And I don't have time. I really want them though. Man, this sucks. I'll have to wing it, maybe. Like, I'm winging it now. Also, I can't see chat, so you didn't get your good meownings yet. Give me a moment. One. I can't remember. I keep forgetting what I'm about to do as soon as I'm about to do it. That's not the right folder. This is the right folder. Where is the date? Where is the date? Where is the date? Date. Okay. That's fine. I mean, I could have just told you guys this. I didn't need. Alright, whatever. Whatever. Ah, a marshmallow has flown in. It's not time yet. Also, good morning, Luxife. Oh, it wasn't for me. That was for someone else. Morning success. Good morning, all night. Morning, Agigoka. Good morning, Master Protos. Good morning, Eskimo. Good night, also. Good morning, Afcash. I don't know why I neglected to read the first letter of your name. Morning, again, Luxife. Good morning, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. Good morning, desert lightning. Good morning, library turtle. Good morning, coronium. Good morning, Kanan. Good morning, LDTGX. Yes, yes, you can hear me. I'm in your brain. Good morning, Oni-chan. Commanding the consultant for 27. Commanding rainy daily. Commanding. Sorry, I'm going backwards in time. I'm scrolling upwards. Commanding Fisty. Commanding Goon Maxing Bot Cell. I thought about you because I want to become nun. I want to become a nun and stop this gooning. I have to put my foot down once and for all. And once I'm done fixing myself, I'm coming for you next. Not like that. Wait, not like that. I mean, I'm going to I'm not gonna sterilize you. What's the word I'm looking for? What is the phrase I'm looking for? I'm going to reform you. Commanding sheeple. Commanding top hat dino. Oh, who else did I miss? Man, there's a lot of kitties in this chat talking before I was ready to talk. Okay, there isn't that many. I got you all. Thank you for calling me Maple. What did I say now, Oni-chan? No, not murder. Not murder. Commanding raisin. As long as it's a naughty nut? When November starts. That's a good idea. November is a great mood for... great month for, depriving yourself of worldly pleasures. Commanding Arikami VT. Stop threatening Moonies with a good time. Oh, it's not a good time. I mean, like, I'm going to perform an intervention. You know, I'm gonna host it. I'm gonna sit you down on a couch. It's not gonna be a casting couch. It's gonna be a, look, we need to have a talk. It's not even gonna be a Chris Hansen couch. It's gonna be a regular couch. It's gonna be a regular couch, like, no. Anyway. Oh man, I'm off to a weird start today and every day, but also today too. Can you guys forgive me if I momentarily leave the stream and return momentarily later? I have the urge to leave. I'm not gonna leave. I sit put. I stay right here. Why are you telling Mooney's a lowly cat in a nun outfit is going to sit them on a couch? Well, it's either that or the confession booth. They can pick. I'll let them pick. Leave us. I don't want to leave you. I have attachment issues because my mom neglected me in childhood. And my father abandoned me. Also in childhood. There's no shotguns. It's not that kind. I didn't say I was gonna take you into a back alley. I just mean I'm gonna cure you of your goon maxing. No. Man, I want to talk about something. I want to talk about something so bad, but I'm gonna hold it together. I'm holding it together. I'm not going to grape anyone or correct anyone. I'm not. No one's doing drugs. Meowing. I should start the stream because I'm running late. It's not about. I know it's my show. You don't have to remind me. Guys, I'm a retard, but I'm not stupid. You thought that this was someone else's show? You thought I was mistaken about exactly where I am? Oh boy. I know what I'm doing here. I'm trying to form a cult. I'm not worried about the rant aspect. I just feel like Oni-chan will, there will be like a red laser dot between my eyes on my forehead if I talk about what I want to talk about. I read a subreddit for Mandela Effect. I think some of those people are doing drugs, or they're AI, or both. Good morning, Cirrus. It's okay for being late. I was late and gay today too. Maybe we're the drugs. Lame ass no gooning cult. Feels bad, man. Listen, it'll feel good. In fact, the reason it feels bad is because you're so addicted to gooning, you've lost all sensation, and now you have erectile dysfunction. Believe it or not, my cult will cure you of that. It's like Viagra, but better and cheaper. Because you don't have to pay. You don't have to go to the doctor. You don't even have to leave your house. I'll cure you of your ailment. And before you know it, it'll start feeling good again. Tomboy Tuesday? Yeah, Tomboy Tuesday is back. Hi, Crafty Crowbat Games. How are you today? Manning, I'm Milk Car Gamer. I don't know what I said. Just pretend I didn't say it. Anyway. Egigoka? I don't think it's called that. But yeah. Okay, bye. Thank you for stopping by anyway. No, all night. We won't call it that. Sad, but it will be okay. I'm sorry you're sad. Genuinely, I was there too. Why is everything red? Because we're in the end times. It's over. The dystopia is here, believe it or not. A lot of people keep thinking, oh, 1984 warned us. Brave New World warned us, and it's coming. The fascism, the authoritarianism, it's coming. It's already here. We're already in it. They're like, oh yeah, neo-feudalism is coming. The techno-feudalism is coming, and we're all gonna be plebs. We already are plebs. It's so over, man. Catching these streams like running into shiny Pokemon. Give me the chow mein. How are you, by the way? Someone painted the town red. Oh, I can't even hit you? What the hell is going on here, Cronus? We're about to have lunch. Make sure, take a look at the menu so you know what to order when the waitress gets here. This is a Twilight restaurant, so you have to only order things that were in the Twilight films. It was a reflection more than a warning. Oh, I didn't know that 1984 was based on communism. But oh boy, is communism a problem. That reminds me about a lot of things, actually. So some of my notes today, I started reading more about why nations fail. Right? That's the name of the book. And it reminded me of Oni-chan. It also reminded me of some other people. Because, according to the argument that's being made in this particular book, most people are wrong about the reasons for inequalities amongst different nations. And it's okay, you don't have to feel bad or less than. Even economists get it wrong sometimes too. Basically, there are 3 prevailing theories, each of them that are deeply flawed. The first prevailing theory is that it's about geography. Some nations are wealthy because of where they are located, and other nations are less wealthy because of where they are located. But if you take a look around, there are ample examples of places that are geographically practically identical, where there is one important thing. There's like one little detail that determines completely opposite outcomes. I will not give examples yet. The second prevailing idea is that it's cultural, that the belief that colonial and European countries have better culture, and therefore those countries where they go, where they take over, where they bring their quote-unquote gifts, are going to be more prosperous. Good morning, what did I see? Good morning, Julie Red. And then the last, maybe most controversial, but also incorrect assumption is that there's it kind of blends in actually with the culture one, right? If it's not culture, it's ignorance. So the people there, especially the people in power, the governments, are just ignorant of what opportunities there are, and they're just ignorant of, how to do things better or how to improve, how to make themselves into first world nations, right? And the thesis of this book is that it's not about any of those things. It's literally about incentives. It's about institutions and incentives. And this guy, this is some random guys, but they're making a very compelling argument. And the example you could see exactly. Jack's Life for Hire was a lot more eloquent than I am. He says, it's more the leaders of those countries are greedy and corrupt. That's part of the problem. Yeah. The people in power and the institutions of power create incentive structures that declare whether or not people will innovate or not. If when you it happens all the time. We see it happen whenever there's regulation. When there's over-regulation in the market, what happens? The market shifts, and people who have a business mind, they go somewhere else. They move somewhere else. Yes, money and economics. Is that not the culture? No, it's not the culture. Believe it or not, countries with very similar, if not almost identical cultures, who are neighboring, who have difference in government structures and incentives, have completely opposite outcomes, right? So there are, a very obvious example is going to be like North and South Korea, where before the split, they were functionally identical in terms of culture. You have to remember there are a ton of people in power that aren't even American running America. Some want to destroy it from within, others want it gone. It was written by a tunnel vision hippie. That's not it. That's not what it is. I don't think it's a tunnel vision hippie. I think I think what you're saying could be part of it too. And actually, Oni-chan, you're on the right track as well, because the other prevailing idea is that some countries are rich and some countries are poor, and it's by design. It's not because of it's not because some people just don't know what to do in certain places. They just don't know how to solve it. It's by design. If a country is poor, there are people who are powerful who want it that way. And, the setting we're in is red because if we're not careful, that fate may catch up to us too. Here in the land of freedom. And I say that with a lot of caveats and air quotes. But anyway, a little bit of sarcasm. But yeah. Anyway, not too much sarcasm. Just a little bit of sarcasm. Anyway, South America, by example. Yes, Canaan, South America also has a lot of beautiful examples where you have neighboring countries that have effectively the same opportunities and access to resources, where their institutions, the institutions, right? Like, it makes a lot of sense. If I'm gonna start a business, but my government is gonna rob me blind, steal my business, and throw me in jail, or the cartel runs rampant and is not gonna let me, make a certain amount of money, there's little incentive for me to stay and build something very prosperous, right? There's more incentive for me to try to leave, to try to immigrate, uh, or to kind of, do what I can without making too many waves. And then there's also yeah. Another interesting thing that I saw. Mm, anyway, I think Oni-chan, I know you've tried to tell me things. You've tried to tell me ideas that are very popular because I think humans prefer a simple explanation over a complex truth. They prefer a simple explanation. And actually there was another book I was reading today that also discusses this. There's a difference between correctness and intelligibility, right? So a lot of times the person that says the easier to understand things is the one who is believed. And the person who has an argument that's more nuanced and accounts for more complexity, a lot of people kind of just tune out and they're like, nah, I'm just gonna go with, it's easier to think that my race is superior or whatever. But when the evidence leads to the contrary, when the evidence leads to something different, it makes you wonder. Aren't the people in power responsible for institution, therefore it's the people in power being ignorant? And did they mean it was intentional corruption, so it's not ignorance? Exactly. It's intentional, so it's not ignorance. And a lot of times, even people in power who are responsible for the institutions are advised by people, by experts even, on how to fix much of the problems. And, the reason they don't fix it isn't because, oh, I can't possibly fix that problem, it's too hard. But it's because, the people who are paying them or the favors that they need to maintain their position in office require them to make other decisions, right? Um, um, mm, mm, mm. I mean, Oni-chan, you could say it's because you don't want to overwhelm me with information, or you could say it's because it's not something I can change, so I shouldn't worry about it. But I will say, I'm a kitten that is curious, and I want to learn about the world. And I'm saying that I don't know, I'm only at the beginning. I can't say for sure, but I think it's a much better, more interesting argument with real examples, and it's not based on conjecture or things that stroke ideas that stroke the ego but don't play out in the real world. Meow 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 meow. They stopped working after a month. No one cared to maintain them. Uh-oh. Well, so good Maxine Botcell. I don't believe that ignorance is the factor. Again, because even in the case of being gifted free things to use, without the incentive to keep them running or working or to maintain them, people don't. This happens all the time. It doesn't just happen, guys. This doesn't just happen to countries, right? On a macro level, this even happens in our everyday life where there's something we ought to do. There's something. There's a choice we should make that's better to make, maybe objectively, but we don't make it because the incentives are not there and we choose to do other things, right? So, I do think it's easier and simpler to say, oh, it's because they're too ignorant to follow instructions. But I would say that if, for example, the offer was you were gonna make, let's say, 50% higher than the average wage in that area to maintain whatever systems, Mr. Beast implemented, right? If there was a profit incentive and it was like, yes, so the incentive was keeping themselves alive. They needed the water to live, apparently didn't care enough, LOL. No, good maxing. Again, you're misunderstanding me. And I think a lot of people, because it's easier and simpler, right? So, in addition, so keeping yourselves alive is one incentive. But if an institutional structure is in place that makes it difficult to do that, right? I can't say for sure because I don't know the specific place, but yeah. Them having drinkable water where before there was none. Oh. Yeah, and I think Oni-chan, your example as well, is exactly the same. It's just you guys are both saying the same ignorance idea that they just lack the word for maintain or future. But again, you know, um I don't know. I think it's a much more interesting discourse. I think I think this kind of proves the point that I don't think ignorance can be an excuse when there's access to information. There must be some other reason, and ignorance is not the reason. The overarching term for multiple problems, agree incentive is the main part. There are many influences you are saying are not responsible, but they're all responsible for incentive. Okay, I drink some water. Anyway. Yeah, anyway, I do agree with you that it's much easier to say, "Oh, well, they're just a backwards people. They don't know any better, and we tried to teach them, they just don't want to learn." And it's more nuanced and difficult to take a look at their institutions and power structures and how they live their daily lives, because you might think to yourself, well, this is clearly a problem, so obviously their priority is to solve this problem. But even in our own real lives, there are times when we have problems when if the incentive isn't there, people don't do it. If they had anime girls to incentivize them, they would work harder. Perhaps, right? Yeah, perhaps. But yeah. Anyway, I didn't mean to get in an argument, which reminds me of the third thing that I read today. And it was such a good poem, man. It fucking slapped. It was so good. But there was a line in there that, like, if you let go of contention, you don't have to contend with others. And I'm like, damn it. This thing is so correct. This is so true. Sometimes I choose my own problems. I don't have to argue. I don't even have to read chat. So I will go ahead and start my stream. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, all the kitty cats all over the world. Welcome back to Love Talk with Mrs. Moonson. This is a daily talk show where a kitten who's smitten chats about love, life, anime, and the books that she happens to be reading at the moment. Today is Terrific Tuesday. Just kidding. It's Otaku Tuesday, the day where we explore hobbies. So I'm gonna share with you an anime that's about hobbies, and then we'll do a little funny little IQ test. It's really, really easy. I'm gonna move fast because I'm already at 30 minutes, believe it or not. I went too long. Man, wasn't even a moon rant. It was predictable, right? There's a difference between ranting and having to fight very predictable and common arguments from chat. And I didn't have to, honestly. It was my choice to engage and read them, but yeah. Do you like Miku or Kasane Teto? Of course I like Miku. Anyway, here's the anime. It's called Ruri Rocks, and oh boy, I enjoy this one. Ruri Rocks is about a girl who likes rocks, man. They said diamonds are a girl's best friend. And, oops. This, ow. This high school girl, she really likes jewelry and minerals, and she's off, like her mom, like she begs her mom for allowance so she could buy a pretty necklace, and her mom is like, you don't have money for that. We're not spending money on that. Try again, buddy. And then she goes out into the wilderness and tries to get her own gems and crystals, and she meets a graduate student with a really big booba out there with really beautiful curves and assets, and the two of them team up. They team up together and they look at rocks and shit. Anyway, watch it if you want to watch. Don't watch it if you don't want to watch. I'm not your mom. What? No question of the day because I don't have one. We're gonna do the IQ test now because I don't have time. So good luck. There will be 3 rounds. Yada yada yada. You pick 1 or 2. Try to guess what the theme is. It's very easy this week. Good luck. Good luck. Okay, it's not that easy. Watch it. I'm your dad. This is on my list. You learn a lot of geology. I think it's a good one to have on the list. Rabies and cats. Razor versus moon. Honestly, it's kind of close. Actually, unironically, Razor versus Moon is kind of close. A little bit close. This is another easy one, in air quotes. Horde versus group. Awake versus sleep. Soft and fluffy. Multiplication division. Razor and the Moonies. That's also kind of close, but not exactly. Toxoplasmosis. Myxomatosis. Okay. Individual versus group. The Witch of the Antiplane? Is that an anime? Prey versus Predator. Is that a song? What is that? Awake versus asleep. Okay. Here's the next clue. The ones who said Razor versus Moon and the ones who said Moonies are close. Food versus friends, energy or calm, child support versus single dads. Oni-chan, that's also close. Married and single, no. Goon versus Gooner, no. She's like my favorite anime girl ever. Well, what about her do you like, Cirrus? What's a feature? What's something about her? Yes, okay, Jack's Life for Hire, you're on the right track. Fat Stacks versus Broke. So put it together. We have Oni-chan and Moon, Fat Stacks and Broke, something with Moonies, Provider and User. Okay. 1% versus a 99%. I like it. It's a little less, guys, it's not political. It's not philosophical either. Rich and poor is kind of close. If I say the next words I want to say, it's gonna give it away. Are you guys ready for the last clue? Get ready to type. You gotta be fast. You gotta be very, very fast. Okay. Oh, this gives it away for sure. Ready? It is a race. What do you mean, Fisty? VTuber versus Idol. Okay. Streamer versus Idol. Guys versus girls. I'll give it. Yeah, I'll give it to I'm gonna give it to Fisty. I was looking more specific. Yes, yes, Amilcar Gamer. I was looking for more specific. I was looking for a K-pop idol to be precise. But yes, it is. It is. It is. It's exactly that, right? Do we have? Oh man, this is my fault. I just realized I mistook. I put them in the wrong order on the last slide. That's my bad. So we have bunnies on the top. Those were supposed to be K-pop boys, and K-pop boys are pretty boys, and Oni-chan is a pretty boy, so that's why he's the bunny. At the bottom is cats, because a lot of VTubers are cat girls. And then at the top you have rich female fans, and then you have an image from what's that anime? Jobless Reincarnation. I'll just leave it alone. So all of you who said Moonies can predict the future, kind of. I can't believe I'm an idol. Well, I didn't say you're an idol. I just mean that you're a pretty boy. Anyway, good morning, Yippee7246. And then lastly, this is my fault. I fucked it all up. I put them in the wrong order. The VTuber one is supposed to be on the bottom, but I was in a rush. Anyway, let's move on. I will give Suxus the only thing he came here for. And boy, did he come. Profusely. Is that the word I'm looking for? Yeah, he came a lot. Gallons, in fact. We have Red Maru Rindo. This is our tomboy for Tomboy Tuesday. Huh? 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 I was gonna say something about the audience on the third one. You were on the right track. Paragon Drag Neil, I'm doing better now that you showed up. How are you? Ranmaru is a cross-dressing martial artist. She is extremely loyal to those she considers friends. And she's a tomboy, man. I want her to beat me up. Anyway, enjoy, you heathens. I give you a quote and then I leave. This is a 40-minute stream. It's gonna be so annoying for me to rewatch. Oh God. Anyway, here's the quote. It's not about when you start, it's that you do. Stolen from my father on Twitter, my #1 father on Twitter. Some guy, I don't even know his name, but I replied to him today, so you might have seen his username. And I had and other people close to me have reminded me this, that like, Cat, you're not dead. Like, okay, so you didn't do your work yesterday because you were busy playing The Sims all day, trying to make a single woman with house pets build a robot husband, and then it left you disappointed and questioning whether love was real. But just because you did that yesterday, it doesn't mean that tomorrow you can't start new. It doesn't mean that tomorrow you can't, work on that thing that you keep saying you're gonna work on. Anyway, gotta go. I overstayed my visit. Thank you for coming to stream today. Thank you for being with me. Sorry if I worried you yesterday. It comes with the territory. I mean, there's no real excuse for some of the things I say, but man, I was in a bad place. What can I, that's the truth. But I'm feeling much better today. I love you. I hope you guys have a really good week. And I'll be back tomorrow with the waifus for Waifu Wednesday. Take care. Love is real for a small number of people. We gotta grind. Man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Anyway. I'll be back. I'll be back. Don't worry about me. I'll be back soon. Bye.